I ask myself, is this a dream? Funny, but that's how it seems. These are the happiest days. Let me see if I can get this. Don't hesitate. Make love. Don't wait. Open your heart and let my love come in. I want the moment to start when I can hear you feel your heart with more love, more joy, more love than you could ever want. I guess it's pretty funky now. Let's do it. Yeah. Thank you. The power of blue argonite. Send everybody that blue argonite with the harmonized energies. Well, all right. Good June 2nd. Good morning. And for those of you that have never viewed me before or checked me out, my name is Big Pontiac. I'm also known as the Time Lord, and I'm also known as a couple other things. Eight Wind. Shit just. And I'm also the holder of the sacred infinite ball game created by the hero twins. But yet I am also that one and only galactic daddy-o, welcoming each and every one of the chocolate mountaineers to my galactic patio, reaching from Minnesota to the universe. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I might have to get up for run up and grab these papers. What's happening, brother PJ? What is happening? You see, I got the Chicago PJ. I got the jerseys dry cleaned. Didn't take all the spots out of them, but kind of makes them look, rustic. Because these jerseys these is 15 years old. I had a hat to this. It wasn't like this one. It was a different hat. But this is a copy of the hat. Got the stars and shit. But I've had this jersey since like '06. 07, maybe '07. Hey, B Brown, formerly. Oh, let me tell you. Okay, let me grab this. Let me grab this paper. Just give me a second. All right, let me get everything right. Please forget that. But I guess I can lead off with this. Yeah, I'll lead off with this first. We had Marion Barber. Well, what the third? His dad played with the Jets. His dad a little older than me, but my connection to him is one of my cousins married Mario's brother. The dude who just died's uncle married my cousin. And so, and then I don't know if y'all remember, like last summer I had see, there's a Wagon one. I think I had the Lighten one. I had her on, and she introduced me to a cat that he hooped and knew people, but knew the Barbers too. Now this was last summer. Yeah, so this was last summer. I'm trying to think, around this time last summer, probably like June, July, but I really, lost track of him. I knew he played for the Bears. His daddy lived around a big old lake. His daddy don't live too far from me, really. He lives closer to my son. His daddy lived in Plymouth, I believe. But we talked to these people last year, and the people were saying how he was struggling with mental illness, and they were supposed to test him for CTE. So he's been struggling for whatever it is for a number of years. So I wasn't surprised that they pulled his number up. This is the price of fame. His daddy played with the Jets. So, yeah. So that's kind of his brother. What they said, his brother played with the Titans, I think. Brother went to University of Minnesota too. So he was fighting with something. And so, and this is what I've said before. When people suffer with when stars that have played these sports, when they suffer from some of these things, they become easy targets because they kind of get turned off from a lot of the world. I mean, it's not an easy thing to deal with that. And you have adults not acting rational for one reason or another. So when I heard that, it just made me think back what they were saying, him struggling with either CTE or mental illness. So, and then the number one draft pick that was here, they got rid of him. Damn, dude, I've seen a ton of your vids. I know that you know basketball. That NBA bid made me shit even cleaner than ever. Maybe it was you using terms like vector and 0 point. Well, that's what you can't really argue. You can't argue the drop is different. They can change the drop. As I've said, my best video ever was Draymond Green, where they actually stopped the ball from rotating. So whatever hit it stopped it from rotating, but yet it was able to guide it into the basket. It was like without any rotation, still move it, guide it into the basket. And so, this is the drop, the vector, the drive angle, the drive of the angle and the speed. I mean, this is all guiding stuff. So they had ways like that. They could guide tanks. They could guide drones like that. They had them things in there, and it's a lot more sophisticated now. So, oh, thank you, PJ. Yeah, I knew it would go with it. I knew it would go with it. I kind of hate I didn't buy the hat back then because this one's a little tight, but it'll work. It'll work. And these is big, heavy ones. Like the new stuff is more meshy, you know, but it ain't like what they wore. This is the real. When I was a little boy, my first kind of jerseys was like this wool, and this is supposed to be from 1940 something. But this is what they played in for years. Oh, and I'm drinking water tonight, so I'm sorry. I'm drinking water, copper mug. So pop them if you guys want them. I'm spilling water too. This is from Father's Day last year. But you know, I will smoke with the Utica and Luca. Ain't been smoking, been on the medibles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, we've got life. Smoke them if you want them. There you go. Yeah, so I wanted to bring that up, and that's, you know, that makes people easy targets when they start having these kind of reactions. That makes people easy targets. So, and so I feel bad for the family. You know, these are my cousins. You know, like their first cousin. These were some of my cousins' first cousin. You know that I'm speaking of. You know, they're a lot younger. This is somebody they known their whole life. You know, this is their uncle's son. So. Hey Lobo, how you doing, man? What's been happening? I was seeing if you was listening to the game because I was listening to the hockey game. Hockey game was a blowout. I think it was a set-up game. Hey Lorenzo, how you doing, man? Uh, uh, good. Hey Edward Moore, thank you. I saw pictures of him. He didn't look good. I think they put some of these guys on heavy. Yeah. Well, he was, you know, mental illness is drugs too. You know, you have mental illness, they put you on that. Yeah, mugshots look rough. Right. And you start getting criminalized. You know, instead of them fighting with the mental illness, you know, they start criminalizing. ACWE, how you doing? Think your Yankees won tonight. I saw. We lost to damn Detroit tonight. Makes no sense. Hey, Macbone, Big E, what's happening? Greetings from the. I knew I was going to stick my hand in this water. Just knew that. I couldn't help it. Spilled this water. Yeah, he looked bad. Yeah. But fighting that mental illness. Yeah, of course. You know, and they was just saying, you know, that money, but that money goes quick. Tatum, 24-year-old, Sam Moore, 24. Celtics could play 24 games this postseason, assuming the series ends in 6. Warriors Celtics would have 24 combined NBA titles. Celtics win 4-2. Yeah, I still disagree. I'm still staying with the Warriors. If it ain't the Warriors in 4, it's the Warriors in 5. I was meditating tonight on the 9 attributes of the Black Jaguar medicine power. Oh, wow. That's deep that word. Barkley predicted that Boston would win the finals. Yeah, I heard him say that too. Hey, Yankee Pride, the one. What's happening? Yankees didn't play, game was postponed. Ah, okay. Then there's Jimmy telling Tatum the title was his. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, they'll elevate you just to the highest peaks, just to tear you down to the deepest dwellings of deep. And is now without all the help and maybe he didn't have insurance for the mental illness and possibly the drugs. Now, what's sad, even sadder about him is I think he played enough seasons to get pension money. It looked like he had played enough seasons. He played 8 seasons, I think. You get pension after 6. I remember a dude telling me he hurt his back in his 5th year Couldn't pass a physical after that, and they cut him. He only had one more year to get pension for life. He's a principal now and a high school coach. I got Warriors in 6. Blue and gold teams winning just like the Rams in NFL. Rookie coaches in the finals are 3-2. Celtics coaches would be 4-2s. Follow the money. Yeah, definitely follow the money. Definitely follow the money. I locked in my 2 bets. So I'm still hedging. I wouldn't be surprised they win 4 straight, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go 4-1. So I'm still sticking to that. Now, if I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. PJ, just like certain. Yep. I think Celtics too many on Warriors. SD, you showed up. After your boys lost, you showed up. I think Celtics too many on the Warriors. Celtics 18 chips take lead over LA. What happened to your Heat though, man? You were so confident in your Heat predictions. What happened, baby? What happened to the Heat, man? Predicted Bucks, Celtics Heat, Warriors Grizzlies, 76ers. Okay. And the Rams are from California. Both have the same colors. They do. Miss Just Jody, what's happening? Did you see Tatum, Draymond Green Subway commercial from a year ago? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that, Lobo. I do remember that. So it's funny how that all. Remember, it'd be funny. What if that Zion commercial? Zion got a commercial with the dude from Chicago. What if that sets up something in the future? Wouldn't that be funny? It's a good year's good script, but Boston is strong. Yeah, you Boston, because Boston beat your guys. The sacred ball games are 1: football, basketball, golf, rugby, soccer, softball, tennis, bowling, and volleyball. Yes. Shoot. Warriors are favorites, and media is acting like they're gonna win easy. Yeah, Zach LaVine. Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? Well, they're in the same conference, aren't they? They're both in the East. Got Warriors in 6, but think Boston wins tomorrow. Oh, researcher, what's happening? I still think they're gonna let the Warriors win tomorrow. But the way Tampa Bay lost tonight makes me wonder. Tampa Bay had 9 days off. And they talking about they look tired, which is some bullshit. In baseball, I'm keeping my eyes on the Angels. The arms hold up. Celtics and Red Sox win it all this year. Boston championship town. Okay, so you done moved. I thought you was. Now you always been the Boston guy. I give that to you, SD. But you love those Heat. So now you jumping ship. Jimmy pulling that 3 and missing was scripted. I think he was told to shoot it, and they didn't help it out, which showed his game. They ain't helped his shot out. That's it. It's not to say the Cats can't shoot, but it's a lot of help to make dudes look as good as they look. I mean, the shooting isn't as great. Like, watch a missing spell. If you really think these dudes shoot so well, pay attention to all the game and pay attention to the game where they have missing spells. And look how off the shots are. I mean, some of these guys' misses are terrible. And you wonder how they ever make shots. The misses come so bad. And it's like, how are you missing it so bad? So just look at everything, everything. I can bet other teams that Miami Heat. I can bet others than Miami, but you love Miami. Last Don says Celtics is 6. Self-mastery. Lazo. Yes, you can. If Boston wins game 1, that would shift more money on Boston to win the series since it's more on Golden State. That's a good point. Are we looking at the only game that Iverson could have won? Remember that? It was like the only game Iverson could really beat that team was game 1, and that's what they did. They let Iverson, when he did the step over of Lou, they let them win the game 1, and then they got swept. So that could be a good indicator, which if it's 4-1, I still win. So they can win that one. I don't care if they win that one or not. They're giving up 3.5 for the series. Now imagine tomorrow that might, but that's what I got. I got 3.5 for every game, 3.5 every game. Tatum is the next Kobe. They pushing him, and they made him shorter. Somebody was putting he was 6'8". He's closer to 6'9", 6'10". It's baseball. Lorenzo, you saw that too. Good. Hey, Marcel, Celtics in 6. Now, don't switch your bet because of me. Switch your bet because you do the research. Do the research and see what the research show you. I mean, I could see that game one, but I mentioned, if they do it in 4 straight, I'm cool. If they do it in 5, I'm cool. I'm giving up 3.5 per game. So that's what I got. They pushed Booker on as the Kobe last year, and that didn't turn out too well. That's a good point. That is a real good point, Lobo. Thank you for adding that. Either way, the series will end 6, in my opinion. I don't know. I think it's going to be 5. I'm looking at this TV. A lot of times you can look at TV and see the shows they starting to switch in there now that the NBA is going off, and that's kind of a tell too. So pushing some of the new shows. But I think it's going to go in 5, no more than 5. And I wouldn't be surprised if it go 4. Would not surprise me at all. Bet Dodgers last 3 games. Call a loan shark. That's funny. Actually, I'm doing pretty good in everything. I work I call myself a librarian, but I really work in a school book warehouse. But if you look up what a librarian is, I do a lot of that, what that is. But remember, can you imagine, like, we're super busy because right now is when schools order books for next year. They told at the end of the year is when they order for things to come in. So we're just super busy, swapped with all these schools ordering their books. And it's funny. I really want to get into this for a second, and I can always get back into the sports. It is funny in this information age. See, I've always been hesitant to write a book. I really have, because I see that is like the Mason's building block. I mean, it really is that kind of thing. There's a lot of making the Roman parchment, the Roman tablets. I mean, this book here, tells you all these spells with parchment. You get into some of these spells, this shit tells you get the parchment, and so there are books that can be possessed. As I've said this before, when I started reading this book, I wasn't even through with it. When I started reading this book, these sisters came in. They came in. They're like, who's trying to get this? But I'll say this, and there's 2 points. One point of books and us being the information age is books in somewhere are locks. They really are. Books are locks. And just noticing that everything, every person you wouldn't think would be, is tied to a book. I mean, it's interesting. But one other point that it shows too is on the positive side, because they want to get everything in a book so it can be a lock. So anything that's out there, it is in a book. So we own that, because a lot of times the way the energy goes, if they can explain it, it's like the Rumpelstiltskin thing. If you can explain it, you can own it, that kind of thing. Guy's name, you can go sit next to God any time. You're like, no, you play that with somebody else. I know your name, I'm coming up. That kind of thing. But the good thing is schools are still pushing books to people, and people are still learning to read in books. Now, the bad thing is the exposure is just off the chart. I mean, it's, how many books I saw of children explaining the Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead explained to children. All these different holidays and all these explained to children. Every kind of thing you can think of, explaining it to children, broken down in language to expose the children to it. I mean, this thing is strong and powerful. I mean, if you look at what arm of the government picks out what to read and what to study and what's acceptable, you'd be surprised. I want to put out another term you're going to start hearing more. You're going to start hearing this term more and more. When I hear spells, and especially parenting spells, I like to put them out there. But you're going to start hearing more and more, what does that mean to me? The one that really started saying this was Craig Fax. He had a skit where he talked to God, and he would tell God, God would say something to him, and he was like, well, what does that mean to me? Well, damn if I didn't hear Quantum of Science say that shit too. What does that mean to me? So when I hear things like these things are starting to be pushed out there. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. Let's see. Sam Jones was sacrificed weeks ago, scripted. Of course. You watched Texas Hold'em poker? Not really. No, not really. I played in a few people, but I don't pay enough attention to play cards. I really don't. My dyslexia, I just don't pay attention like that. Is watermelon good with or without seeds? I asked you something last night without seeds, or at least without black seeds. Yeah, now they people was being mad. People was being mad because people stopped wanting them seedless watermelons, so they started putting the white seeds in them again. Yeah, they're still good for you. Still a lot of water in them. Still the most. Yeah, I mean, seeds were really good due to kind of chew on the seeds, but since they don't offer those, I don't even think you can grow seedless watermelons. So yeah, it's still good. So Celtics take the lead with the 18th chip. I don't think so. Hey, Ponic Anthony, do you use Twitter? I do not. It might be like Time Lord Osceola or some shit on there from when Facebook first bought it, but no, I haven't used Twitter. 18 versus 81. Kobe scored 81. Tatum idol is Kobe. Yeah, and they showed the armband. Appreciate that last few minutes. Lots to think about on. Yeah. Oh, no problem. But these are just things that and I guess when people are giving you that rep, what is this? I'm gonna keep falling into this problem. Football towel. Oh my shoot! Oh my goodness! I meant to I bought another pair of work shoes. Great! I bought another pair of Skechers. I bought the Skechers that Howie Long talks about. Next time, maybe tomorrow, I'll think I don't feel like getting them again. But yeah, I mean, it's as much as I'm on my feet, gotta have something that is comfortable, and that's the good thing that even steel toes, they've made them more comfortable and comfortable. In the fall, I'm going to get a pair of Red Wing shoes, boots, and them boots is damn near custom made, and they make them right in Stillwater, so I'm going to get them to make me a pair. I used to like cowboy boots. Because cowboy boots, especially when you had a boot cut, it just looked like pointed shoes. You could have gators, or rattlesnake. So in the 80s, that was kind of a thing too, As I said, late 70s, we was full cowboy with chaps and everything. That's why George Clinton came out with the song "Don't Buy Texas from a Cowboy," because we was dressed, as I said, we went from disco, new wave to cowboys in 3 months. In 3 months, that's how much the culture changed. We started off in disco suits. Next thing you know, we in new wave raggedy shit, and next thing you know, we looking like John Wayne. So that's how quick the culture can change. You guys order some food?
No, dipping up.
No. Okay.
Leave with nuggets or some crack rocks or something.
Nice.
You know me.
Okay, I didn't know you was the man like that. What happened to the ride? You get your ride?
No, it's in the shop.
And that jersey's tough. I don't know.
That jersey is tough.
That's a Negro League one.
Yes.
You saw me wearing
One of the Monarch ones. Those shit are cold.
Yeah, they got them too. The big KC hats.
Where you buy that at?
This is like 15 years old.
Really?
Yeah. Bought this alone at the Mall of America though. I bought it back in 07 at the Mall of America. And Michael had his car stolen, so he got his car back. Yeah, mine. Yeah, I had mine with white seeds. Yeah. I eat the shit out of watermelons. My daughter, I had got two smaller watermelons, and I was gonna give my daughter one because I had two, and she was like, "No, I don't like those kinds." So when she came over here and stayed with me last week, I cut the first one up. She was like, "Well, you have any more of that watermelon?" So she ate most of the first one. The next day, I cut the other one up. She ate the shit out of that one, and she ate a cantaloupe, and she ate grapes. So I want to honor my Olmec clan ancestors through singing the benediction at the beginning of the live stream. Okay. We might can work something out. Yeah, they're okay. Hey, Stacy Ray, thank you for joining. Okay. Oh, there we go. Boston went 7 against the Bucks. Middleton 7 with the Heat. Multiple players injured. No way Boston wins. Yeah, I don't think so either. Mr. C, what's happening? What was this brother's old YouTube channel name? Me? Time Lord Osceola or 8 Wind? Time Lord or 8 Wind? Mr. C. People acting like Celtics have no chance, kind of like they did in 04 with the Pistons. Yeah, that 04, that wasn't believable. All-time series between Warriors and Celtics is 208 and 138, 346. Isn't Steph? He's 13th year, something like that. Yeah. Yep. Warriors have a new arena. Can't forget that. That's right. 8 win. Right. Okay. I'm glad that you knew it by that. I know it's probably difficult for folks how they like to shadow ban things. But yeah, the new arena definitely makes a huge difference. They like highlighting these arenas, especially as they bounce the All-Star games around them. So it makes a difference. It does. Warriors got a better coach. I'd say a more seasoned coach. Hey, Brother James, how you doing? But yeah, that definitely does have to be considered about the arena. And they've been highlighting it. They've been getting a lot of national games. And really, they've made Steph the face of the league this year. With all the national commercials and stuff, he's been the face of the league. See, they slipped that right by people. Because LeBron was the face of the league during the season. But now the season's over, they picked up more and more on Steph. So Steph is kind of the face of the league. Can't really say so much Tatum. And Tatum has picked up a few things, but not as much as Steph. That's why even my thing with Luka, till I see them make a commitment till you see the advertisement make a commitment to Luka, then I'll start believing him. Because really, they was really ready to push Zion. Matter of fact, I was at the outlet today. They giving away the Zions. They give you a free autographed poster with Zion in the store, signing it if you buy Zion shoes. They got 3 or 4 colorways. I'm like, what your big ass doing in here? Part of his deal. Like, all right. Just gave him a high five and moved on. Didn't buy his shoes. I bought Skechers. Hey, D, thank you for joining. What's happening, Daryl? Numbers say Golden State will win, but the script says Boston will win. They are trying to confuse us. I don't know. Yes, the egghead man in the room, you know, he's replaying, and as I said, it's very much like you would play the video games. They're replaying right now. These people are replaying and playing these on the video. They've got different people playing together, and they are looking at every scenario. And not only that, you can animate the betting. You know, you can have the betting continue and look at the betting trends during the games as well. So they've showed all these different, they're doing right now, and they've done for weeks, these last few weeks, they've showed you all these scenarios. They're looking at all scenarios where they make the most money. And by the time we see it come out tomorrow night, they've done figured it out. And they're going to show us something they've already played out these last few weeks. They've already sit there and one dude said, hey, look at this. This is where we make the most money. These are numbers we need to make it on. And if I've said before, I watched one of my friends play against the Globetrotters and score 50 points. They scored 200 and some as a combination. Globetrotters had about 160. They had about 150 and lost. So it's not hard to script the game. So this is where your intelligence of following it, though. However you follow it, this is intelligence. What is like? Just like getting me. Okay, someone's getting me. Warriors experience mean everything. 91 Bulls had no experience. No, they didn't, but they had talent. Warriors moved back to San Francisco. San Francisco football team won the 75th season, and Warriors won the first title will be in Cali. First title while being Cali. Interesting point. Interesting point. Thank you for helping. Thank you for helping. Philadelphia Warriors won the first NBA championship. Warriors could win in the 76th season like the 76ers. That's a good point, because they used to be the 76ers. Somebody was showing in 1960 stats from Wilt 1968. Must have been in the playoffs. I was thinking they had a picture of the Lakers, but I think he was still with the San Francisco Warriors. Wilt scored 50 points. He had 32 rebounds. He had 24 blocks, 11 steals, and it was one more. 11 steals, blocks, and something like 10 or 11 assists. Yeah, 50 points, 32 rebounds, 11 assists, 24 blocks, and 11 steals, 11 to 12 steals. He's the only person that's done all that. 24 blocks. And y'all talking about Wilt ain't the greatest. Triple, quadruple. Ain't that what they call it? Hey, Dr. Sinister, thank you for joining. Great point, Lobo. That was my thoughts when the playoffs started. It's New York's 50th year drought and 76ers for the year drought in 223 also. Thank you, CWE, for sharing that. I like the lively minds. And that's how you have to put your money towards everything, you know? That's how you have to do. And see what it means all to you, breaking everything down. And that's why I say I don't give, the handicap advice. I don't give that advice, but we try to look at it from an educated bettor's perspective. I'm fidgeting and shit. Let me tell you. I'm not a, here we go. This is some bullshit. I humiliate myself sometimes, and I don't mean to. I just be in a rush. So today I got dressed and knew I had to get gas. It was like, I'm either going to get stabbed here or I'm going to go a couple more miles and get stabbed. Gas was like a stab now. So I put my shirt on and I'm thinking, okay, it's like I wear a little pouch where everything is in, and I'm like, the pouch ain't got a lot of room here for some reason. Didn't think none of it. Walking in, see it's people checking me out. I'm like, not thinking nothing of it. Go in there, buy my stuff. Okay, so I bought my stuff. I start walking out. I start seeing myself in my car, reflection, and my damn shirt's on backwards. I'm choked up to here. I had my shirt on backwards. I'm walking around people, and it's like, hey, he must really been in a hurry. Must think his head's gonna turn around or something. Oh my goodness. Wilt's in my top 6. Wilt was a bad boy. I made $25K this postseason. You the man. You are the man. I'm glad for you, joyful for you. On 2K, they asked who's the first player to score 60 points in the playoffs. It was Elgin. Baylor. I answered Wilt. Elgin was older than Wilt. Elgin went pro like 50. You figure Wilt 59, 60, I think was his rookie season. I want to say Elgin's rookie season was 50, 55, 56. I want to say Elgin was closer to Bill Russell's age. Bill Russell was older than Wilt a little bit. Yeah, so Elgin probably did it in 58 when Wilt wasn't in the league yet. I think the Warriors would be the first team to win a title in 3 different cities. Yeah, they love that. That's a good point. That is a good point. PJ, the 2 trivia questions on this year's 2K. Elgin Baylor scored 61 versus the Celtics with the win. In the finals with the win. Elgin Baylor scored 61 versus the Celtics in the finals with the win. Okay. Hey, Crazy Sarge, how you doing, man? How's everybody doing in the family? I knew Heat wasn't going to win. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was no question about that. We tried to tell SD, didn't want to listen to us. Yeah, Elgin, as I said, Elgin was really who you look at as the prototype of the 6'6" dominant player. It was Elgin. Really, Connie Hawkins would have thrown that off because Connie Hawkins had the same skills at 6'8". He had the same skills at 6'8" as that Elgin energy, but a bigger guy. Of course, Roger Brown was probably closer to Roger Brown, the man with 1,000 moves, was closer to that 6'6", 6'7" size that they love. Roger Brown sued the NBA, got his money, played 10 years in the ABA, and said that was enough. Smoked squares and shit, too. NBA not the same without Kobe. Huh. At this point, it's the Warriors' new arena versus Tatum's Top Gun shoe collab. That's a good point. Once they showed Celtics on Warriors game 1, I knew it was over. And Tatum wearing Kobe armband. Yeah. When I saw that too, it made me just see the same. 2 in Philly, 4 in Oakland. Could be first one in San Francisco. That's a good point. But something that Lobo was that made me aware of, something I noticed in the hockey game, and something I showed when Clay hit that 3. I was trying to show that he had that look like the game was over when it wasn't over. And I saw that same look when I was watching the hockey game today. It was like in the first period, I watched this on replay, of course, because it was like only about the third period was only about 12, 14 minutes left. I worked a little later because I had went in early so I could but I was like, fuck that hockey game. I'm making this money. But anyway, I saw the guys look. It was that look of, we know we're going to win. So sometimes their faces give it away. Was doing good. Possible power shift getting ready to happen here. And my hydroponic system is put together now with transplants from the garden. Nice. Very nice. Let me know how that works out. Eric, you give the younger guys a chance. Tatum part of the Kobe cult. That's a good point. Kobe probably was one of his early handlers too. Once he came into the league, Kobe was probably, and then like the handlers start showing up. Like when he went to Duke, and AAU, a lot of the handlers be from AAU. They come very early. I mean, study some of that stuff. What the handlers that they have down in South America, how these boys be like third, fourth grade, be put up to play against high school boys all of a sudden and be playing with them. Third, fourth, fifth grade, be playing with high school people, hanging with them, and how quickly they move through that system. But the sad thing about baseball is you can be stuck in that system. A lot of boys from young men from South America get stuck in that system. But now, as I said before, playing a career minor league baseball, going up occasionally, you can make money. You can be a millionaire. I mean, they're paying well in minor leagues. So it ain't like it used to be where you won't make money. Minor leagues, you can make money now. But it is, that's why so many, they get their money so much older. Baseball, the players have forced them to pay them when they're older. That's the way the union voted. Did anybody see the 30 for 30 on and one? I didn't see that one. What if Kobe picked future champions with Adam Silver before he was sacrificed? That's a thought. PJ, I like stuff like even thought they got it from Madden. Powder the cat caught. Yeah, but Madden better step their game up. They've been copying it and like a lot of people. Kyrie Young, Harden, all Kobe's apprentices at one point. Good one, Lobo. Kyrie, Westbrook, Trae Young, Harden. I'll disagree with you. I think Trae Young's handler was LeBron. I think LeBron was Trae Young's handler because we know that Trae Young went to LeBron's camps, and Madden need to step up their games. Ooh. Will the NBA allow Steph Curry to tie LeBron with 4? I think so. The show is legit. Yeah, Lobo said that before. NBA, MLB is a good sport. All these young guys want to do is shoot the ball and not play defense, different era. I think one thing Big Perk said about seeing his children play, and that's how they teach. Everybody goes into the lane and then they want to pump it out to the open 3. Makes you get lazy, makes you not want to follow your shots. We had a friend named Shit Talk that him and his brother were 2 of the best offensive rebounders, and this is pickup ball and semi-pro, but they were such great followers of their shot. As we were all shooting more threes, they were great. They was the first one in when they missed. They was always following the shot. So when I would have to guard them, I'd always stay with them because I would know. They would shoot, and I would just keep looking at them. So as the ball, I'm kind of like hearing the ball and moving with them. I'm staying in front of them because I know they're going to lead me to the ball. 8 win and chat. Been a minute. Hey, Sean. Hope all is well with you. Kobe said Harden style won't ever win a championship. Looks like Harden never win. Kobe said it. I said I thought this was his chance. Wearing Oscar's number, I thought they would play that. I need to check out that one. Yeah, I didn't see the and one either. Maybe why KD got Harden off Nets because he's a curse. Yeah, you get an Xbox Game Pass. It's free. Oh, bet. Okay. Oh, I don't think my son has a Game Pass. I don't think he's played that one. Did another thing, and how do I want to brag about this? Because you don't need to tell everything. I'll say it like this without telling everything. I thought I threw something away. Valuable. I saw myself do it, and when I did the replay, it was kind of foggy, but I saw myself do it, and I was like, I threw something away valuable. And I was in the trash with the scuba gear outfit on, swimming through the trash. I had the scuba gear, with the air tank, just going through this trash because I threw something away I thought was quite valuable. Didn't find it. Magnet detectors found some shit, but didn't find the shit I thought I lost. And don't you know, after I showered and threw away all those clothes and my scuba gear, got it used, I found what I was looking for in a very unlikely place. I'll just say that. I was like, ha, okay, it's working with me. You heard Dennis Rodman coming back? The Dennis Rodman, the problem he had and why he flamed out so quickly, he had a lot of the same problem Larry Bird did. Better athlete all around, though. One of the best naturally conditioned athletes ever. But when he played at first with the Pistons, he was 25. So by the time he went to the Lakers, when he first went to San Antonio, he was about 30, 31. So by the time they got done with their last run, he was 34, 35. And so when he bounced around, he was up there in age. Sherilita, welcome. How are you? Major League Baseball show is better than 2K and Madden. Lorenzo says facts. NBA 2K won't add 2,000 Lakers. I don't know why. I have to ask my son. That's all he's been playing. I think it's NBA 2K. I was surprised they went out tonight. Like, okay. Weather's still mild. Ain't really hot up here. It's mild. I mean, I wore shorts all day, but you still seeing people wearing jeans and stuff too. I ain't really a person that I don't wear my heart on my sleeve. I know how to hold them than to fold them. Circumstances ain't gonna make me change who I am. Because what does my man say? I ain't never earthquake. What was his name? I ain't never scared. Shit, danger make me pay more attention. Enjoying the live. Thank you. They need to bring back NBA. They need to be back NBA shootout back. Okay, that's like adding current NBA players all time 75 list. Okay, they need to be shootout back. I did get some more Sterling. Okay, nice. Sterling still stand around $21, $22. So yeah. Yep. Gold was down 1850 something. It's tethering around. Gas is, I paid $4.43. It's trading at 114, 115 a barrel. So, Danny, YouTube has a mix of Dennis Rodman slapping everyone's booty in the NBA. That's funny. That's one of his hustle moves. I like using Pistol Pete in 2K. That would be interesting. Because he can fill it up. College. Can you imagine if the college game was still going on and you had Pistol Pete in college? You'd have somebody that could really fill it up. Okay, yeah. Somebody that could fill it up like no other. I don't think anybody else will average what he did. It's all the Hawks and Jazz version. Okay. The Hawks and the Jazz version. Okay. I think my son likes using Will Chamberlain a lot in his game. He likes using Will. Well, the NCAA football game, they're supposed to start it back on, but it was getting the players' rights. That was the problem with the NCAA football and the college basketball too, was the rights to the players. Because what I liked about it, with the little times I would play, A&T had a team. It was an Aggie stadium. So when I would play with my son, I'd always be A&T and play in a facsimile of A&T Stadium. So, yeah. It wasn't scripted for him to win a title. That's why. Matter of fact, he played in, let me get this right. He played in the NIT. At one point, you know, the NIT, he was 68, so he was around when Jabbar and them was. So it was still he played in the NIT because I guess they didn't qualify, and they lost to Marquette and Dean. It was a player named Dean Maringer. Yeah, Dean Maringer played for the Knicks. He was out of Marquette, and Marquette beat Pistol Pete and him. And he was saying he didn't think Pete was that good. I mean, he ain't playing a great team. I don't know. We'd have to go back and look to see how it did, but not a great team. Hey, Vernetta, thank you for joining me. Are you still giving the day with the card? Yeah, I do that every now and then. Yeah, I still do it pretty much most of the time. College got tons of teams. Yep, Pistol Pete wore 23 in college. Yeah, yes he did. And you can get that ugly green jersey with pistol on there. I believe it is. This is West. Yeah. So it should be. Yeah, he wore 23 at LSU. For some reason, he got it. Well, when he was with the Utah, he wore number 7. So, but the sweet one is the one that says pistol on the back. No, it ain't that. It's this. All right. Yeah, I can still. I can still do it. I'm sorry. Reading these. I've been messing with these cards a lot lately. They've been jumping out of the box. That's not what it is. Yes, it is. So I got to start using them a little more. All of them. Celtics Warriors might go 7. Might go 7. Yeah, you think so? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. At number 7, Pistol Pete is a beast. Yeah, but I love the one that it's just the jerseys is ugly, but the one that says pistol on the back is sweet. I think Kobe and Durant would be more unstoppable compared to Kobe and Shaq. I don't know. You ain't stood next to Shaq when Shaq was playing. Why does reporters still be wearing masks? Then in some interviews, they don't wear them. It's either mask. Yeah, it's still agenda. That's why, Lorenzo, it's all agenda. Yep. Gaddafi. I'm not sure if you know about. Yeah, I do. I know about Zach. So when the Celtics became 22-22, they had the best regular season run. It's their 22nd finals appearance in 22. Boston 22, most pure cipher. That don't mean they're going to win. Nor does that mean it's scripted for them to win. I think this is Steph's year, and I think all the national commercials show that. He's going to be the new face. They're going to make him what did they say? Despite him having more points than Durant, in that last final, they gave the MVP to Durant. Steph was numbered 2nd in the scoring. Second was Steph, 2nd in the scoring. But yeah, I know about Zach. There's some people in here that, practice some of Zach's stuff. So, yeah. Matter of fact, at night, I listened to him. I listened to the end of Sly stuff. I still want to go see Top Gun. Nobody wants to see it. My daughter's like, that wouldn't be a movie a 10-year-old want to see. You're almost 11. Like, the other one was corny. This one's probably corny, but cool jets. Corny, but cool jets. I was close to going to see it last night. I forgot the hockey game was on. Because I was going to see it in the IMAX and hear all them speakers and shit. That's the fun way to see it. KD scored 43 points in game 3, and Curry had 10 points. Colin Cowell, they want Steph to be the face of the league. Of course. When you see the national sponsors like that, and the national sponsors sponsor the NBA in some cases. So that is just where I get some of my information. Not all, just some of it. That's how I use some of it. The Spurs had the fundamentals down. I don't know about that. NBA is promoting younger generation, but every sport. That was part of hyping up the Cincinnati quarterback. Was the same way, bringing up the younger cats. That's why I just wonder about this with Brady. Is this really a way to shame Brady by bringing him back? Shame Brady, but at the same time highlighting a younger player. It's about Steph Curry being the face of the NBA. Okay. Now that wouldn't surprise me. You kind of see it. You kind of see how they do this. They give the okay. Who's in what? And who gets to shine and who doesn't. And as I said, I'm not going to believe in Luka. And really none of the best Dirk was the best European born player to play in the league was Dirk. And how many commercials Dirk get in his career? Maybe one. How many colorways did Dirk have? Maybe one. Just they don't put their money behind them. Embiid is one that's surprising. They put that African in so much stuff. He got more stuff than Giannis at one time. Giannis never got to the point where Embiid was before. Celtics and Warriors in the finals is Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving humiliation. Yeah, we talked about that the other night. Both games left teams to join others. Also, Boston swept them. Yeah, we had talked about that. Lorenzo, then Celtics. Lorenzo, then Celtics. So we'll see. Then the OTA started today. Yeah. So they're starting to get that script together, and it's the same process over and over again. It's just new faces pop in. And the NFL season is so short compared to the others. Baseball lasts for like 30,000 years, Basketball is about 10,000 years, and college basketball is not quite as long. They have a more exciting tournament. I'm surprised that the NCAA has not went into that one and done. It's almost like they don't want these other teams to ever hit a win streak of playing just an open tournament. I don't understand, because at one point they were looking at doing that at half the season. Play half the season and just have an open tournament. I think that would be hugely successful betting wise and everything. Instead of that stupid halftime stuff, eliminate that and just have a big tournament. As I've said before, that's how most of the basketball is done around the world. It's tournament basketball. It's not just drawn out leagues. You're more playing in tournaments than these drawn out leagues. I think the league would benefit from going to some of that. Matter of fact, they're the only ones that got swept. They're the only ones that got swept. Well, think if you own that team, would you have paid to get Kyrie? Damn if I would. If I owned the Nets, damn if I would have brought him over. He is the last one. Both of them. No way. If I owned the team, I'd have made that move to bring them over. I definitely wouldn't have made the move to bring Garnett over and Paul Pierce. Oh, that was the stupidest general manager of all time. Adam Silver talked about adding in a season tournament. Yeah, the union voted down, I think, though. What's the name of the guy that dunked on Jordan? It was Jordan. I don't know. Jordan got a few dudes to kind of dunk on him. I don't know, Ricky Smooth. Oh, John Starks. don't know about John Starks dunking on him. He kind of dunked on 3 players that was there. I don't know if that was on Jordan, but that was like poof. He went by and poofed. But he really wasn't a consistent shooter, you know. 8 wins. So you never had your team in a position to win a title? You thinking like the Detroit Lions? Nah. I don't think the Lions are going to ever win it. I don't think they're going to let them. I'm pretty much convinced that the Lions will never win. Cardinals either. It's a handful of teams they ain't going to never let win. And they don't care. But no, Detroit might. The best team I ever saw, they had in my lifetime, was Barry Sanders' first or second year when they played Washington in the Eastern Conference Finals. And they had the team that really was better than that Washington team that beat them. All of a sudden, Barry Sanders don't want to catch screen passes. He's lazy. Barry Sanders didn't want to block, and Barry Sanders did not want to catch the ball. They ran 2 of those plays. He dropped them both. They never went back to that. And they were sitting there waiting for him, everything else he did. They were sitting there waiting for him when he ran the ball. You know, that's why he had to run backwards so much. So, no. Cardinals have a curse. Well, I say the Lions got the same curse. Titans, too. I would add the Titans to that. Come on, 8 win. He got Jordan. That dunk on Jordan and the spin in the end. I don't know. It was Scotty was up there and Cartwright was up there. It was 3 of them up there. So I don't know if that was just on Mike. I watched that game as it was happening. I wasn't at the game, though. The way you said the Lions, yeah, Lions ain't gonna win. I ain't gonna let them win. I mean, maybe in the 3,000 and so, but the next 100 years, think about this in 50 years, those of you alive, they ain't gonna be done one by then. The Browns are the worst curse. I think, yeah, you can probably tie them into that too. LeBron got the Cleveland championship. Jordan. Oh, it's Horace. Okay, it was Horace. Yeah. Now, it was nice. I don't know if Jordan just took the full blunt of that. I think maybe more Scotty than Jordan. But he was there. It was like a dude from Xavier, whose name was Jordan, dunked on LeBron, and they tried not to let that video get out. Remember that dude named Jordan that went to Xavier? He bounced around the league. He played in that TNT money tournament a couple years ago. That should be starting up pretty soon, too. So you can look for that town there if you guys know people playing in the money tournaments. Great opportunity. You know, did that for years. Playing for the money. That's a heck of when they started, giving money out, real money and paying for these tournaments. You saw the competition, a lot of ex-pros coming up. Jordan Crawford. Yep. But yeah, natural immunity. Yep. Jordan Crawford. Yep. They tried to hide that one and he poked it on LeBron. He had a lot of nice stuff and he just could never hang on with anybody. He had a very fluid game. Nets, Clippers, Jazz, Hornets, Nuggets, Suns, Pelicans, Magic, Pacers, Timberwolves, Grizzlies are ringless, and that's too many teams in the NBA. That's a good point. That is a good point. The only thing I would say with the Timberwolves is Minnesota has won, not as the Lakers, not the Timberwolves. That's the only thing that makes me think they might have a chance. Pacers, definitely not, because they won an ABA championship. Nobody that won an ABA championship has won an NBA championship. Not one of them. So, the Texas team will win a Super Bowl before the Lions. Yeah, I would say that's probably true. 11 teams, that's ridiculous. Yeah, and they always talk about parity. Where's the parity in that? There's no parity. No parity in that at all. Yep, there's no parity in that at all. Well, I wasn't going to go long tonight. I do have a busy day. And I will Give out the so the energy tomorrow is Ak or dog or day 10. And so it's qualities are heart, breakthrough, new beginnings, relationships, companions of destiny, emotional body issues, recasting the past, spiritual strength, guardians and guides, authenticity, magnetizer. The symbol is a wolf, dog, or foot. The number is 10. Okay, here we go. Color is zeal, red clover. The herbs are red clover. Asparagus is the flower. Flower essence is dill. Rosemary is the scent. Azurite is the stone or kyanite. It's an earth element and it's energy coming from the north. So the shadow wisdom is issues of the emotional body, possessiveness, jealousy, getting caught up in the emotional drama of life, feeling unsupported on your path, seemingly disconnected from your companions of destiny, inauthenticity. But the way you can transform it is access the objective witnesses who sees the emotional drama dispassionately and freeze your experience. Bring your emotions out of drama to a place of choice, receiving their teaching and healing the root cause. Open to the connection, support your companions of destiny. The wisdom would be affinity. The mantra is the left hand over the right arm, palm facing forward together, saying, I am faithful arrow that flies into the destiny of dawning. I am open to new beginnings. I receive guardians and guides. So for those of you that need that little push, the energy is coming from the north tomorrow. Oh, overcame the blues. Overcame the blues. You know, sometimes you got to overcome the blues. No matter how they come, you still got to overcome them. Even when life is bad, it's good because it's life. And so the part of life is no matter how you get knocked down, you have to get back up. And it's funny. Sly was making a point. People that will do things and get things done and have no fear don't have to talk about it. They just do it. You know, it's either in you or it's not in you. Homo used to always say, I faced a lion. I mean, what do? You fall asleep, and as soon as you fall asleep, you see a lion there looking like he's hungry. Is that something you could face? Or would fight or flight come in? Because that's a lot of what we do is fight or flight. Stay up and fight, or you retreat. And there's a thing called strategic retreat. So remember that. That's always a play. But you can't let fear control you. And as I said, you know, working with books shows that in a way that there's still a chance out there. There's something still fighting. I know it seems like this beast is all in control, but there's still a fight that's fighting this thing. You know, these forces that have kind of been fighting, but even the thing that we get a little bit of inspiration because it is out there trying to fight. And when I look at those books, you see that it is something that's saying, no, you're still going to pick us up. And there's still some electricity and some energy in these. So as much as you want to build all this stuff, we're going to keep building books, making books. So there's something out there fighting this thing because this thing don't want books. This thing does not want books. That's why it's ebook. Somebody else read it to you. You ain't even got to really use your imagination the same way if you read them. Now, there's some instances that's good to, you know, ingest that kind of stuff. You can ingest it faster, I agree. But there's power. You know, it's power holding a book. It's power in it. Look at some of these occult books. You don't think there ain't no power in books? Look at some of these occult books and how much they cost. How much they cost. Let me see. This book cost me $95 back in 15 or 16. It's still worth that. It still is in great shape. These kind of books, they don't want everybody to have this stuff. Because it tells you that some of these things tell you how to beat this thing. That's why I try to talk about double talk, how there's double talk out there. And be aware of the double talk. Instead of people telling you what's really going on, they double talk you. That's why I talk about the parenting spell, you know, about the end of the day. And the things that are coming. What does that mean to me? And the thing. You know, that's what Biden, that was his spell, the thing, the deal. That was Biden's. That was the spell he put out there. All of a sudden, people's like, look, I just did a thing. Do you see these patterns? So I'm pretty sure what does it mean to me is going to be the next one. What does that mean to me? Yeah, Lord. Well, what does that mean to me? Well, find joy in what you do. Can't live your life in fear. Hold your head up high. Be positive to the people you can be positive to. So, this has been the Chocolate Mountain Show. I'm your main man with a plan. Big Pontiac. Till we meet again, y'all. Dripped in the Negro League Chicago team. Say less. Till we meet again.